Welcome once again to the Eliminator Sports Network. My name is Wayne Shorter. Welcome to week 5 of the NFL football season, and we are having fun. And let me tell you this, got to send out condolences to the friends and family of Gerald Gorham, a good friend of mine, passed away on yesterday. Also to Jeff Means, to Joe Ziegler, and to Bernard Campbell, 4 of my closest friends, all passing away within a 2-week period. So it's been kind of a rough stretch for me personally, but we're going to get through it together. I'm getting ready to go on a little rant right here. Now, I have lost 3 of the first 4 weeks by a grand total of 6 points. I lost to the Colts because they couldn't stop anybody. I then lost with the Lions because Matthew Stafford throws a pick right at the end of the game. And then the top matters off last week, the worst one of them all was San Diego. Up 13 with about 8 minutes to go. I'm thinking, okay, we're in good shape. We're going to win. I get home. I look at the score, and I see that San Diego's losing, and they lost 35-34. This is starting to get a little ridiculous. I cannot afford to lose anymore. So I'm trying to help y'all out. You know the rules of the Eliminator, last man standing, suicide, whatever pool you call it. You pick one team. You can't use them for the rest of the year. So far, the teams I cannot use for the rest of the year are the Lions, the Colts, the Chargers, and the Cowboys. So I still have 28 other teams I can pick. Now, with that being said, let's go into this week's matchups. As you already know, the 49ers, which hopefully nobody picked, and plus it was a division game. And that's not some of the other rules I have. I try not to pick division games until week 17 when all the games are divisional. They lost to the Cardinals 33-21, even though they had Drew Stanton, the quarterback. That was a season-saving win for Arizona. Now let's get on to this week's games. Now, Tom Brady is back, and a lot of you are taking the Patriots. 10.5-point favorites against the Cleveland Browns. Let's be honest. This might be the one time I would actually take the Patriots on the road. I would actually take a road team. Tom Brady's going to be in a piss mood. He's rested. He's angry. And I feel sorry for Cleveland today. Tom Brady is going to at least throw for 4. He's going to throw for maybe 304 scores. And Gronk is going to get his game back. So all you fantasy owners like me who have Gronk will finally use him today and finally see the real Gronk. So it's a big day. I'm not a Patriots fan. I'm not even a Tom Brady fan. But one thing I am a winner. And I want to see Gronk so I can win. So this is the one time I would go with the road team. This is not my pick because I want to save New England for later. Because you know Brady going to get his. Next game up, Philly is a 2.5-point favorite against the Detroit Lions. I already used the Lions, and I definitely wouldn't use the Eagles in the row. Now we're going to see what Carson Wentz is made of because he had his bye week. The first 3 weeks, he has been just awesome. The first 3 weeks of the season, he has been absolutely phenomenal. I happen to pick him up in fantasy, so I know he's phenomenal. But now he's going to have to play the rest of the season. Now we're going to see if he's going to hit that rookie wall. So this week he plays Detroit. It's not a team with a good defense, but they're on the road. So I wouldn't use Philly at all if you still have them alive. Next up is the Colts and the Bears. Now, here's what's surprising. The Colts played in London last week, and they're not off this week. Usually the team that plays in London, they get that week off, to kind of get themselves acclimated. But Indianapolis is playing, so I don't know if it was something they requested or is it something to get back at them. I don't know. I don't think that was a fair move. I actually think the Bears will win today because I think the jet lag from Indy, from them flying to London and then having to play pretty much a short week because you got to account for the travel time. So I would take the Bears, not as a suicide pool, but there are a 4.5-point underdog. But I would take the Bears and the points this week because I think if the Colts do win, they won't cover. Next up is kind of a risky game once again. The Miami Dolphins and the Tennessee Titans, which for all the people down in South Florida, it will be played as they played FSU and Miami last night. Florida State won in the thriller 20-19 over the Canes. I'm a U fan, so I'm kind of hurting again today. But as far as Eliminator pick goes, I would not take it. Like I said a couple weeks ago when Miami played Cleveland, this is a risky pick. Don't do it. You're going to be sweating like if you used them already. But if you haven't used them, do not use Miami. Next up, the Vikings, 6.5-point favorite over the Texans. And now there's talk, and this is who would have said this early in the season, Sam Bradford for MVP. Now, I got to give Sam Bradford a lot of credit. This is a guy that came in, pretty much had to learn a playbook in about a day and got a week off. But their defense, the Vikings' defense is just off the chain. And it's making Sam Bradford a DLG quarterback. Don't lose the game. But even with Sam Bradford, and he has played well. He has played very well. Career highs in completion percentage, career highs in quarterback rating, career highs in yardage so far. He's playing out of his mind, but it's kind of like he's Sam Bradford. So it's like when it's going to fall. But as long as the Vikings defense holds serve and keeps the momentum going, then Minnesota's going to be in good shape. I wouldn't have said that weeks ago when they lost Bridgewater and then they lose AP and then they lose Matt Khalil and all. But it looks like Mike Zimmer say, hey, kind of like the Raven philosophy, next man up. And that's how Minnesota's been moving. Now, as far as Eliminator pick goes, with J.J. Watt being out for the year, this is a safe pick to take. I would take the Vikings if you want to have not used them in Eliminator. But that's not my pick today. But I would use the Vikings. So that's like my second pick. My second choice is the Vikings. Here's the one that I'm going to take. It begrudges me to say this because last week I did say that the Steelers, and my first choice was the Steelers, believe it or not. I said after the embarrassment in Philly that I felt sorry for Kansas City. They were going to get stung. I didn't even know Le'Veon Bell was back. But when he came back, it just pretty much, Kansas City just got smoked. Now that the Steelers are playing the Jets, who are in turmoil, and Ryan Fitzpatrick is the quarterback, I'm going to begrudgingly take the Steelers today for one reason and one reason only. I'll have to pick them for 1 week. And I know as a Raven fan, it's almost sinful for me to do, but I got to try to win games now. And if it means sleeping with the Steeler Devil for a week, I got to do what I got to do. But this is my pick for the week. Plus, they're a 7.5-point favorite. They'll cover, especially if the triplets, i.e. Roethlisberger, Le'Veon Bell, and Antonio Brown go off. This game will be over by third quarter. So I'm taking the Steelers this week. That's my eliminator pick. And I gotta get the stench of Steeler off of me by next Sunday. So coming up, we're now going to the 4:00 games, the late games. Atlanta, 6.5-point underdog against the Denver Broncos. This is one game you might pick the Falcons. Now, Paxton Lynch is going to start today for the Denver Broncos in place of Trevor Siemian. But I got a gut feeling that Atlanta's going to pull this out. I just got this feel. I definitely would not use Denver as an eliminator today. Atlanta, that offense that Matt Ryan, who is right now the league MVP, is putting up, him and Julio Jones. I mean, let's just keep it real. Matt Ryan's the league MVP right now. And who would have thought I would have said that at the beginning of this season? So, as far as eliminator pick goes, do not use Denver at all. That's a risky play. Another 4:00 game coming up, Cincinnati and Dallas. I've already used Dallas, so I can't use them again, thank God. Cincinnati is a 0.5-point favorite. I definitely would not use Dallas, but I think Dallas will end up winning this game anyway, just because I don't trust Andy Dalton. I trust Dak Prescott more than I trust Andy Dalton. That's saying a lot. And Dak Prescott's only played like 5 games. That's how much I trust Dak Prescott. And as far as the rest, now A.J. Green is a stud. And right now with Dez Bryant, because you would have a nice, interesting combo match. You have, Andy Dalton and A.J. Green versus Dez Bryant and Dak Prescott. But Dez Bryant right now is playing his way out of Dallas. And I'm going to be honest, I think by next year he's not even going to be a Cowboy because Prescott is hooking up with all the other receivers except Dez. And Dez, you know how most wide receiver divas are, they want the ball. And as the great Keyshawn Johnson says, throw me the damn ball. That's what Dez Bryant wants. He wants the damn ball. They're not giving it to him. So by next year, he'll be out of Dallas. You heard it here first. All right, here's another one that's kind of interesting. The Buffalo Bills, 2.5-point underdogs against the LA Rams. Now, they burned me They didn't burn me in Eliminator, but they burned me on a second pick I had a couple weeks ago when they laid up 37 against Tampa Bay. I'm still trying to comprehend this. And the LA Rams are now 3-1 and playing well. Now, after that first week opponents on week 1 on that Monday night game, you would have said there's no way in hell that the Rams would be 3-1. They've won 3 straight. And actually, this is going to be my third pick suggestion. If you want to take the Rams, Buffalo's flying west. I just have this. I just got this feeling with Jeff Fisher and trying to turn things around. The Rams will win this game today. And if you want to use them as an eliminator, I would actually use them as an eliminator. I think if you want to get rid of Rams, get rid of Rams now. This will be the time to get rid of them. And they should win. I'm not going to say they're going to win, like blow them out the building, but I think they'll win by at least 2 scores. You heard it here first. Okay, one of the next up is the division game. San Diego Superchargers against the Oakland Raiders and the battle of who's going to get to LA next season first. Raiders 4.5-point favorite and a great win last week over my Ravens, which I'm still very angry about. And the Ravens still has not found the man by the name of Michael Crabtree, who had 3 scores against them. And the Raiders right now look legit. They look like they're ready to want to go take it to the next level. And going into Baltimore, an undefeated team, was a big statement win. And actually, one of the Fox commentators picked the Raiders to beat the Ravens in the last. I think it was Carissa Thompson picked the Raiders over the Ravens, and I was kind of upset, but it was a gutsy move, and I got to give you my hats off to you, Carissa. You picked a gutsy move and got it right. Won't happen again, but you got it right. And I got to give love to you. I skipped a game, which was my game, the Battle of the Beltway. The Redskins, who at one point looked like their season was almost over, against the Ravens, who right now is a 3.5-point favorite. I will not use them as an eliminator because, simply put, after last week's performance, they put up 27, they put in the points. Their defense, which was solid, now you kind of have some question marks, especially in the secondary, because they still can't stop Michael Crabtree, and I'm very angry about that. But it's all good. Ravens will bounce back this week. I wouldn't use them as eliminated, but they will bounce back and win because I got a whole lot of DC friends, and I will never hear the end of it if the Ravens lose to the Redskins. It ain't happening. I can't afford it to happen, and you can't lose in M&T. We'll never hear the end of it, Raven Nation, if the Reds can beat us in our house. So the Ravens will win today. I'm not even worrying about it. So Sunday night game is the Packers, 7.5-point favorite over the Giants. Packers should win. I will use them as an eliminator. I think the Giants right now kind of reeling. And Aaron Rodgers looks like he's going to get his groove back on. He had, now he has a week. He's rested. Jordy Nelson's ready to go. They had a good game, the last game they played against Detroit, even though it got close near the end, and Detroit was coming back late, but Packers held on to win. They'll hold on to win today. They should win comfortably. They're 7.5-point favorite. They should cover the spread. They should cover by like 8-9-point wins. So the Packers will win tonight in Lambeau. And the final game, and here's what's now an interesting Monday night game. Tampa Bay and the Panthers, Carolina 3.5-point favorite. Cam Newton is not playing. So you definitely don't want to use them in an eliminator. But this now becomes a big game for Tampa Bay. It's a must-win. This is like a season game for both teams. Right now, I think both teams are 1-3. Carolina right now is still a weak NFC South, but you don't want to get too far behind the way Atlanta's playing, and now that Atlanta has the win over Carolina. So, must win for the Panthers. It's really a must win for both teams. But with Cam not playing, I think Tampa gets it done. I wouldn't use Carolina as an eliminator, but Tampa, I just think Tampa will get it done. I just got an unction on that. I just think Jameis Winston, he had a couple bad weeks. I think he snaps out of it this week. I know Carolina's defense is legit, but I just feel like Carolina, backs against the wall, and Derek Anderson is quarterback, who threw that late pick to seal the win for Atlanta. I think Tampa has to win this game. I think this is a must-win for Tampa. It wouldn't surprise me if Carolina won, But I just think Tampa, they have all their guns together. Carolina doesn't have Cam, and we're going to see how much the Panthers are good without Cam Newton. That's all the Eliminator picks for this week. We'll see you for week 6. I love you. Peace.